All right, let's dive into a question that I know so many of you have. You're looking at your old laminate floor, you've got that shiny new roll of cushion flooring, and you're thinking, can I just, skip the hard part? Can I just lay it right over the top? Well, today, we're going to get you a definitive answer. Yeah, this is the big one, isn't it? Can you put cushion floor over laminate? You're standing there, looking at the floor, that new vinyl is just calling your name, and the thought of ripping up the old stuff, it's just so much work. So, what's the real deal here? Let's find out.
And listen, if you're thinking this, you are definitely not alone. A flooring contractor, James Miller, put it perfectly. He said he gets asked this more times than he can count. It's just so tempting to skip all that messy removal work and just roll a fresh layer right on top, right? The appeal is totally understandable.
Okay, so let's break that down. We're talking about a common flooring question here. And really, it's all about the appeal of that tempting shortcut. Why do we want to do it so badly?
I mean, it really comes down to this, doesn't it? We think it's going to save us time, a bunch of money, and a whole lot of mess. And yeah, on the surface, it sounds like a total win-win. But, yeah, you knew a but was coming. The reality is, well, it's a bit more complicated than that.
To really get why this is a problem, you have to think of it like this. We've got two different floors with two very different needs. You got to understand the materials you're working with here. They might look like they could get along, but trust me, they're basically opposites. And here is where things get tricky. On one hand, you've got your cushion floor, or vinyl. It's flexible, it's soft, and it's waterproof. Great, right? But because it's so soft, it reveals every little imperfection underneath it. On the other hand, you have the laminate floor. It's rigid, it's a floating floor, and it is not waterproof. And here's the kicker. It needs space to expand and contract. They want to do completely different things.
I love this quote because it just nails the problem. It's a bit like trying to build a house on top of a trampoline. I mean, think about that. It might look fine for a little while, but you know it's bound to shift and sag over time. You're putting something soft on a base that's designed to move. It's just not stable. Okay, so now that we know it's like building on a trampoline, what's the expert verdict on this risky shortcut? What could actually go wrong?
All right, let's just get right to it. The short answer? You can. But, and this is a really big but, flooring pros pretty much never recommend it. There's a reason for that, and it's because the potential problems are, well, they're pretty major.
So you can expect three big problems. First, something called mirroring. That soft cushion floor, it's going to show everything from the laminate below. Every bump, every dip, every seam. It's like an unwanted echo. Second, you're creating a moisture trap. Humidity gets under that waterproof vinyl and it has nowhere to escape. That can cause the laminate core to swell up and even grow mold. Yikes. And third, you're choking the laminate. It can't float anymore, which leads to buckling, ripples, and ugly gaps. Here's another great way to think about it. It's like trying to stretch under a blanket that's too tight. Something's got to give. The laminate needs to expand and contract with temperature changes. If you pin it down, that pressure builds up, and believe me, it will find a way out, usually by making your brand new floor look terrible.
Okay, I know some of you are still thinking, yeah, but what if I still want to try it? So, fine, let's talk about let's call them ideal, and frankly, pretty rare conditions where you might be able to get away with this.
So here's the deal. This only, and I mean only, works if your laminate is absolutely perfect. I'm talking perfectly flat, totally stable, and completely dry. Oh, and you'd need to be using loose lay vinyl. We're talking about a floor that is in pristine condition, which, let's be honest, is almost never the case.
And even if you think your floor is perfect, there are 4 critical prep steps you absolutely cannot skip. 1. Inspect it thoroughly. Push down everywhere, check for soft spots, loose planks, anything. 2. Deep clean it. Any little piece of grit will feel like a boulder under the new floor. 3. You have to test for moisture. This one is huge. And 4. Level the surface. You'll need a leveling compound for any dips. Seriously, skipping even one of these steps is just asking for trouble.
And let's zoom in on that moisture test for a second. If your moisture meter reads anything over 12%, that's it. Stop. Do not proceed. That's not a warning sign. That's a giant flashing red light telling you to turn back. Trapping that much moisture will literally rot your floor from the inside.
So, now that I've probably scared you away from that shortcut, let's talk about some smarter flooring alternatives. Because the goal here isn't just to cover up the old floor, right? It's to get a beautiful new floor that's actually gonna last. Okay, you've got a few really good options. The best one, the one that guarantees long-term success, is to just remove the old laminate first. Yeah, it's work, but you'll get a flawless professional finish. Now, if you're set on an over-the-top fix, a rigid luxury vinyl plank, or LVP, is a way better choice. And hey, if you just need a quick temporary refresh, don't underestimate a good area rug. It's budget-friendly and totally reversible.
And this is really the pro tip here. A rigid floor, like luxury vinyl plank, can often be installed safely right over existing laminate. And why is that? Because it's not soft and flexible. You're putting a stable, rigid system on top of another stable, rigid system, so you don't get that whole house on a trampoline problem we talked about earlier. So as we bring this all home, it really boils down to one simple, timeless rule of DIY. The foundation is key.
Here's the thing. Your beautiful new floor is only ever going to be as good as what's underneath it. I love this last thought. It's a bit like painting a wall. Sure, you can skip the primer, but you'll always see the shortcuts later.
So that leaves us with one final question to think about. Is a quick fix today really worth the massive headache of a much bigger fix down the road? When it comes to your floors, remember, the foundation is everything.